Welcome to part 2, Journey to Identity. Share experiences, unlearn, relearn. Watch part 1.
But how then, and I don't want to actually steal from the the main message here, because we will do another series on raising him right. How some best practices share could work going forward. But I'm moved to kind of ask this question: what then can Janual mais healing Imo Sane, so that, and just touch on it a little bit. I know we'll have a more expansive session on that one, but just touch on it for me. Our viewers or the full package, even with us. Then we'll never team now. I'm going to kick the same traumas to be transferred in nothing. Or what is the way to get to those boundaries and nothing such that he raised Nathima is assertive, man, will speak up for themselves, but also he raised you implement the discipline styles that are acceptable. Now could sana to the corner that ends up getting nothing through this cycle again. Just share lightly.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, we may have touched a little bit about it when we started this conversation, but a healing parent, I usually call it parenting while parenting yourself as well. It's not easy. It's not easy when itemo mondi heal at the same time itemo mondo kiki pass over the traumas to your child.
Yes.
Yeah, and as a healing parent, first of all, I think I had mentioned kise yodo your identity in God and just knowing who you are, you'll find yourself starting that healing journey. Ibro yudo riki chako mana ing'e Nyasaye, to ng'eyo Nyasaye no bro konyi ng'e ng'at ma in kaka muma owacho. So as I mentioned also earlier, jonyuol wa ne onge information. They had no information, and so they raised us the way they knew, the way they best knew how. To one waonge excuse nikech there's so much information out here, a lot, like it's everywhere. Tindi yao YouTube, yao TikTok, learning from TikTok is not good, but at the same time it has a lot of information also as well. Yeah, I think it's just the edge of this information burst out, like it's everywhere. And so you have no excuse. You have to learn how to heal yourself. These days you don't even need you need a therapist, but then if you cannot afford a therapist, gingenye YouTube kujocho, and they're giving those services for free. And so it's our responsibility, first of all, to heal ourselves. To heal ourselves, we have to avoid passing those traumas to the children. And as I mentioned, it's not easy because kids grow up get trauma. So as a grown-up, your natural response a lot of times, especially when your child is acting out, let me say, ni nyathi yuak, ama nyathi questioni, warning anyway, we would not question. Did no pam dogino sasa.
Speaking of that, let me just mention this. I especially a teacher, because I know the points of men from the African space struggle because culture is that kind of nyaka authority is kind of inherited, and it's based on age or figures like the poor, parents. So general people are older than you. It's like they really just demand it. It's like like you have to give it.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like questioning Daniel in a
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Kataki question maybe in an environment cultures your demeanor, even how you phrase the question. And I think one of the is respect is negotiated. It is not natural. Okay, you then catch Cory Paroni in the one, or okay, you then catch Cory Paroni in for in older than nothing or anything.
Yes.
It is give a respect based on impact making on your lives.
Yes.
Based on how you carry out yourself. Based on how you relate with them.
Yes, exactly.
How you relate and what you stand for.
Yeah.
It takes
Your
time.
authority will not help you. Yeah.
It is not. Kech laws kire mose. Mose,
Mhm.
whatever it is you think Romeo
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
own, you have to
Mhm.
literally work and work very hard towards.
Yeah.
So I don't know, kind
Yeah.
of be no struggle though, but thank God somehow things even
Mhm.
and we got this, we got this. We know we
Mhm.
winging it all the way and it's working out.
Mhm.
We thank God
Yeah.
for that package. We realize ni culture kure,
Yeah.
igmatin kure. And not to say ni rach, but kamora mora ni berne kirachni. And at
Yes.
the
Yes.
end of the
Yeah.
day, nyaki learn to thrive, especially
Yes.
inside.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You have to.
When you're speaking of what authority, it's something that
Mm.
rings in my head
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I know
Mm.
I'm not giving
Yeah.
out to cut
Mm.
getting I watch it from perspective of a student in
Mhm.
school, that's why a teacher is school in that space.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I know exactly. And as a child, being
Mm.
raised
Yeah.
similarly to yours, apparently that is something. And it reminds me, Nyarama is the last one in the house, 10 years old. He just and it happens all the time. She's very America, Omyonyathi is very
Mhm.
assertive. It has helped with some of those
Yeah.
traumas. Yes, man, I need
Yeah.
to know culture more kubiri na.
Mm.
So I ndoka nyathika wuono nubiro. Actually, the most recent one happened today, just before we did the webinar. But there's some system, and I think it's going to rub in into the more much about raising our kids. And we are saying no one is perfect. But this is a good space to start from.
Yeah.
It's feeling like they're confused, or they're just worried, or they're just curious. I think this is a good space. So, I mean, divide it out. Hakuna ni eti ngeni setego, I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, I just switched. Which is why when you're talking about OTEC, but if you're intentional,
Yes.
then you will always navigate that. Apendeni idwani mwenye anafaa kufanya who is assigned that job. Kora dware nikech gini ok yot. You understand? So nyathi ended up nyisane mam kao ing'eni ok inyal gine, ing'eni pesa ni tin ok inyal afford chula, to onge wach kadhi ikaw midwa dhi kano. Nikech an gi 49 minutes na onego bed natimo 1 2 3 to 49 minutes nadwa natigo e timo ma mondo ayude gimoro omedna e save, so they have a target. Donge nyathino walk away. But I have to respect it because guess what? Nyathini is expressing thoughts. Nyathini is standing her ground, and that is an important skill. But in my African mind, nothing near me. That is something in my African mind I cannot even dream of starting.
Yeah.
Because
That's a good example.
You teach certain things, and this is something. Once they have a grip of it and see the benefit of it, I think it's something that cannot be untaught.
Yes.
You have learned those basics, and some of these things got a lot of sacrifice. So what I like about it is she was able to negotiate what she thinks is attaching the value she's attaching to what she's doing, and she was able to walk away when whatever she wants was not served at the table. Now I know not only a mom was thinking, man of the business world so many me away opportunity, but at the end of the day, you are paid based on many times what it should work, especially in the business world, very employment that have been recently. Well, you are paid based on what you think you're worth.
Yes, that's true.
And so it's just about a lot of understanding. When I was a child, would not be able to express herself. So I can't find the environment, my one cheering, determined that we absorb more trauma.
Yes.
And learn them. Sorry, I get away.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to add that in.
No worries, no worries. Actually, you bring in a very good perspective.
So on parenting, yes.
Yeah. So closely related to what I was going to talk about. As you say, it's hard for us to marry that mentality that we came with from home with what is here. And even now, finding that connection or distinction between the way we were brought up, that world view that we have as a result of our upbringing, combined with what we've learned right now and how we're supposed to apply it in our parenting. Okoyot.
And I think that is something now.
Yeah.
Jomo or the African setup
a big shift. Yeah, do you look at most of our first generation, most of the first generation immigrant children, they really struggle. So they are struggling, Nikech. At home, they do not feel, they're not 100% Kenyan. At school, they're not 100% American. And so they are in this quagmire where they feel so lost.
Yes.
Belong kanye.
True.
Yeah, yeah. And so, like for me,
Mano gi teenager.
yeah, yes,
You want identity.
yes.
Hey, Omera gino
Yeah.
ruore mok
Yeah.
berberi. It takes a lot of,
Yeah.
and that is why apparently some of these things come easier from a manager back the teaching, the education field.
Yes. Yeah.
Manigi background in psychology and all of that. One year impact of that on the human developmental stages and how that just fits into all of these shifts. Okoyot.
Okoyot. And so I usually find myself, ayudoraga ka a lot of times untriggered. Sama nyathi ywak tawinjo ka untriggered. Untriggered in that I feel very uncomfortable. Sama nyathi ywak. Not now, that it doesn't happen right now, but before I did the healing, that's what I would feel. Yeah, Karasani once in a while it creeps back, especially comedoregi fatigue and work and all of that. Nyathibo kapo ya school you work na kai tawinjo ka seche moko bedo triggered, but not a lot. Yeah. To sama nyathi openja maswali, yani ang'ise kata noluok sende to openja ni why.
Why go man?
Gen Alpha gi, you have to give them the why. Aluok sende nango, explain it to me.
Yeah. Or why I want me to in this way.
Yeah.
Who test you?
Koro, my default would be, awacho ni luok sende. Idak ot ka ipani ng'a jatij mane mendiko ka maluoko ni sende. Luok sende abro go dier wi. Yani, mano is the first response ma bire pacha. I don't verbalize it because I know better.
Yes.
But mano is my first automatic response. I have to be very conscious. Ma angise ni, sende, idwa no ng'eyo why you need to wash the dishes at takone ni dongi dak ka, dongi chiemo ka. Yeah, koro kumidake, you have to keep your environment clean. Koro part of it is you helping me with the work at home. Ka we ni tiji luoko sende, matedo, in luok sende. Koro nikech we have to be in a clean environment. That's why you have to do it. And also, I'm teaching you so that when you get older, you'll know how to do your own dishes. When you'll be living by yourself, you'll know how to do it. Ma penjani, does it make sense? Tongi sani, it doesn't make sense, Mama. This is child labor. I'm just a child.
But why do you kiss and work on the first one, the second one?
Koro enga ena reasoning kama ngise no it's not child labor en kama kako nego bed ni jidak kama kaka jidak more reason ma eventually oye ma ngise doesn't make sense okoni yeah it makes sense, we need to live in a clean place, and then oluoko sende with understanding. Koro I've learned that ni kapok apenje gimoro ok ati gi that default wacha chungi ni luok sende abro go dier wi aika Mama, dongo adwani koro awinjo aneno kolil to adwani mondo atim gik kama koro dhi luok sende mondo kiny wabed with an easy time in the morning when we wake up. And she does it. And so ayudo ka in that way I'm avoiding to pass those traumas to her. Nikech I don't want her to grow up also kobedo nyathima niania gi issues. To kata mana when my son is crying or even my daughter herself, pod gitindo, I have a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. Koro crying is just a part of them. Sometimes samoro gia school, they just crash and they are crying and they are cranky. But I've learned to be in the moment and to be present. At such times, I would not shut them down. Because in our African setup, it would be, kare. But I wouldn't do that. Did you have a hard time at school? What can I do? I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. That's okay. I'm here.
When they say you don't want to talk, it is just good to respect that.
Yes.
My experience is that there are that moment where you also need to let them process the emotions. We want
Yes.
where we process emotions.
Yes, yeah,
Not
yeah,
only
yeah,
emotions. So
Kata,
that usually let them
yes, exactly.
let them just
Yeah.
know ears are being
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Or he meant
Yes,
error to them based on Kakagire's
yes,
view or
exactly,
meeting you.
exactly,
It's not enough. You just need
exactly.
to be human beings up there.
Yes, we need to be human beings. Yeah, koro iyudo ka kata seche moko ywak obedo triggered gi gima an ema nachako. Ang'ise kata nodhi oluok sendi to nodwa neno iPad. Koro ochako ywak. Koro at that time ok adwa show ni ok adware nikech odagi luoko sende.
It is about the not end. There's
Eh,
nothing.
akona ni mama, I feel a bit upset right now. Nikech I'm also human. Akona ni I'm feeling this way and I know you are also feeling that way. Koro, just let it out. But I want you to know that I'm not quiet. I'm listening. I'm here. If you need me, you can talk to me. Maybe sometimes kata wariembo koro. Maybe I was driving. Angiseni, if you want to talk to me, please let me know. And I want you to know that I'm listening. I'm here. But if you need to take time, just take your time. But when you're ready, come and talk. Toka wantiere ot kae to I would just sit next to her to I just hold her. Miya hug kanyo ero. There's one time that magic worked. I remember nwadhi church gokinyi. So it's usually a fight in the morning, like especially when it comes to picking out outfits. Odwa rwako law moro moserwako arwaka 3 consecutive Saturdays. Odwaro mana lawe no. Takone ni law ni iserwako oding'eny. Ji biro neno ni an janyuol mok ber. Yuni onge lewni. Ni donge dhi nyisa ni donge dhi nyisa ni it's about what I think about, it's not about what others think, and I like this. Koro we ended up, it was nochako ywak koro nikech nachune mondo orwak law mane ok odwa rwako. Koro ywak kanyo. Koro amiye 2 choices. Nakone ni okay, kare inyalo rwako ma ama irwak ma. Koro yier achiel. Oyiero
But that
achiel,
was
but
different from the choice, man.
yeah,
Way.
different from the choice that she took. Koro she was still crying. Kato apenje ni so normally when that happens in the morning, like we are late for church and we need to go out, I default to thou. Akoni rwak lawni wa onego wawuog wadhi kanisa waleo. To obro rwako to she would sulk the whole day, the whole morning. Wane kanisa to dhoge ni kucho nikech nachune gi law. Koro on that morning I gave her a choice. Kase miye choice to pod ne en sad nikech mago lewni mano kodwar. But apenje ni, so how can I make you feel better? Do you need a hug? It's usually psychology. Takone ni anyway, sweta mani dwaro cha to okadwa ni mondo irwaki to idwaro sweta machielo machalo kama sweta moro mohero ga bende. Koro I gave her that choice. To the moment I gave her that choice, ngeni she felt like she also had power. To dhi okawo sweta machielo no orwako.
How she didn't
To nanena ka mood change, like I didn't shout, I was just cool, I was nice, and I gave her another choice and she went and picked up that one Obirogo. So we had a very good morning. Wadhi kanisa kwa nyiero maber, something that never happens when I shout. When I shout to her, day is just spoiled like that the whole day. Koro, it's just coming to that point of not passing on those traumas. Koro, I try to bedo comfortable even when I'm uncomfortable. As I told you, let me say my child is crying, abedo triggered. Awinjo ka yani my default adwaro nagone koka ngise ni nyamaza abiro chwadi kaka idwaro ywak. But I calm myself down. Awuoyo kode mos. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, but I have to do it. And I have to do it consciously. Koro, that's how I do it. And also in that way, as you say, I really like the example you gave with your daughter, like just giving her confidence without traumatizing her. Yeah. I just give her words of affirmation and I tell her again, weche moko ma onyalo tiyogo, strategies that she can use to know who she is. I tell her every day, you're wonderfully and fearfully made in the image of God. Ong'eyo, apenjega ni whose child are you? To ok owach ni she's my child, owacho ga ni she's God's child. Ang'ise ni yes, you are God's child, and guess what? God is a king. So that means you are a princess. Takone ni yes, or princess. Koro I just make sure that I'm drilling in that identity in her, especially kotin kama, because I know if it happens at this age, it will not go away. Nikech kata muma nyisowa ni train them in the way you'd want you'd want them to go, and when they grow up they will not depart from it. Yeah, koro I just drill that into her, and I just teach her to be confident without really passing on my traumas. Yeah. Mm.
And I know maybe our viewers may be wondering, there's a thin line between the default discipline that comes from upbringing, the way to discipline a child, and maybe just negotiating your way through parenting. Like some people feel like that. Some people may feel like that is not parenting. And I know at the back of it, there is that aspect of not passing on trauma. But I think that as a parent, there comes a time where you have to be very assertive as well.
Oh yeah.
Because the world is very tough. And out there, let's say when someday you're not there to, push on them from all of this. Could you share with us your thoughts on a parent who's wondering, now what, if I'm always going to be this parent who's, doing it this way? How am I going to toughen them up to be able to survive and thrive?
Yes. Yeah. There's this one time when I was really talking to God to help me to raise my children in a good way. And I got a few downloads on how we're supposed to raise children. And so one of the things, or some of the advice I may give to a parent out there, is wondering how. When it comes to raising nyithindo, consistency and gimoroma is very important. Even consistency, especially when it comes to the way you issue your discipline. As you say, okay, where ni koro you are a gentle parent, you're not shouting and all of that. There's a way you can be very firm. Like if I say, I remember I started this with my daughter, like about, it's been on for now 3 months. She doesn't have any screen time during the weekday. We only do it over on the weekend. So initially it would be on and off. So I would do it as a punishment. So for example, kwa timo gimoro, angise ni I'm taking away the iPad for the whole of this week or for this number of days. To nayudo afwenyo ni yawa, why do I do this? Nikech, what am I really teaching this child? Koro nayudo ka taking the iPad away as a privilege, yes, it works, nikech iPad no ohero. Koro it was working. But at the same time, I needed to be very consistent. Kecha would take it away, and then the next minute she comes, she behaves really well. Otimo gimoro amora
That's called conditioning.
kato chunya lora wacho ni
Mhm.
omero biro mober makoro wacho ni ya to koro nyathina ni ber malich kama oluoko sende, or she has been so nice.
And ikelo timo gi kodwa ni ne.
Kodwa ni ne. Koro I would end up just still giving it to her. Ok apar ni nasewacho ni we are going to keep away this iPad for a week. Koro
And
after one day,
because you had to give a very good explanation like that.
yes, exactly. Koro nawacho ni I have to be consistent. Koro it reached a point makane I would take away the privilege, tangise ni a week. Kata kobedo maber manade, obedo maber karo biro kwayo iPad. Akone ni, yeah, you've been very nice, itimo kama, I'm really proud of you, but we have to stick to the plan. Angise gani we stick to the plan. Koro nwawacho ni we are keeping the iPad away nyaka Friday. Koro rita nyaka Friday no eka bro miyi. Iye wang, but it's usually very short-lived. After that, she's okay. Nikech ong'e ni mom is very consistent. Kowacho ni kamae kaka en, to kamane kaka en. I'm very firm.
So what alternatives did you offer, or do you offer?
Books.
Of screen time. It's
Just
screen time.
books.
It's an
Yeah.
issue.
Yes, it's an issue. Koro ayudo kabe sama agolo screen time no, to she gets busy with other things. That's the time you'll see her picking up her toys moko mponga box ka nyaka nang'ioge. They don't play with them, but since I took away the screens, no, koro ing'eni it moved from being a punishment, but I just wanted to also limit screens. Koro they don't watch during the weekdays, they only watch over the weekend. But ayudo ka during the weekdays koro they can always go outside in the backyard gidhi chikre. Ama sometimes they play with their toys downstairs. Ama they bring me a book, they want me to read for them the books, and I'm like, oh, this is actually better quality of life. So even me, I find myself, I intentionally even put my phone away, watimo homework, apuonje, an japuonj, koro apuonjo kata e ot kaendi. Yeah. Apuonje, kwasepuonjo to wasomo, and then I go give them a shower, I read, we study the Bible, we read a story, kato ginindo. Tayudo ka that routine, the other thing is routine. Koro firmness, you have to be firm, you have to be consistent, you have to put them on a routine. Yeah, gik ma kamago kitimo, especially those three, I see them working really well for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Given that age, yes, but teenagers, totally different ball game. Sorry for another day.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Your explanations, I think, are really flowing in well. Apparently, our viewers, let's hope they're following and really getting the
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we hope it's empowering. If you like this video this far, by the way, give it a thumbs up. Share this video. This information is really given. And it's not for everyone, by the way. It's for those who see value, those who see value in it.
Yes.
But watch up a point where we have tackled the journey to finding one's identity and healing from traumas, generational traumas, and kind of putting a stop to passing them on to kids. And I think you've highlighted very exhaustively. Even though we'll have another session on this just specifically for that, and especially for the boy child, I hope you will share with us more insights onto that. We hope to learn more. And I think you have shared really well on the aspect of trauma being normalized and how to just go about learning that. And this where it happens that you have a true realization of the true image and this image in God.
Yeah.
And just moving on from there and seeing things through the lens of God's word, kids in a manner that is again through the lens of God's word. And all of that. And by the way, our viewers, if there are any topics that you want us to cover, please let us know in the comment section. Those comments, it helps to move the conversation forward. If you have any questions, let us know also. And let us know where you're watching us from. All right, so one more. It's what time is it, Winnie? It's almost midnight.
Yeah,
I think we will basically stop it at that. We have personally for me, I think we have outdone our expectations. I don't know what you think.
Yes. We have.
And I think we are ending on a very high note.
Yeah.
Where we are saying that check your patterns. If there are certain things that you feel are in your life and you don't even seem to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check the patterns. The patterns are feedback. They give clarity. Sometimes your path towards healing is just waiting on you. Nobody's coming to save you.
Absolutely.
It is just you and God who created you and put you on this earth to live your purpose and to thrive. I think God put everybody here to thrive. Nobody was put here to live in misery and to live some lousy lives.
Exactly.
It's amazing just to be in a space where you are in touch with yourself. You know who you are. And you have peace. That peace you described that you have that surpasses all human understanding. It's beautiful.
It
But
is.
it takes God's hand, I guess, to get to that space. So any final comments?
Nothing much, but we just encourage parents not to give up. We know that it's not easy, especially healing yourself and while parenting while parenting yourself. It's not easy. Yeah. I would primarily just advise anyone who is looking for their identity. Go to the Bible. It's all in there. It's all in there. And once you find that, you will really come to thank God later for helping you find him. Yeah,
So,
yeah. Because if you do, everything else just falls from it. Yeah, yeah. So
wow.
it's a starting point. So you can start there as you go on in this journey.
Amazing, amazing. So
Yeah.
that's a good point to close off from our very own Dr. Winnie and from myself. And we want to thank you guys so much for watching this video to this far.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
in our next episode on this channel, we are going to dive much deeper into this journey from people who basically have walked through this journey. These are not things read in books. These are ground in experience.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
not theory, it is practical. So that's one beauty about what we share here, and it is grounded in God's word. And we thank God for all that He has done and all that He is doing in our lives and in the lives of our viewers.
Amen.
And I think we are going to start off on at the point where we'll discuss into detail how cultural beliefs basically
Mhm.
shape us, and how that rolls into relationships, into
Mhm.
marriage. Stay locked to this channel
Yes,
for
yes.
next one. So,
Yeah, yeah. There's got to be so much conversation around all things life, all things
Mhm.
faith, all things parenting. Yeah, yeah. It's going to be a beautiful journey. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And really, it's an honor. It's an
Yeah,
honor to
yeah, yeah.
host you
Thank
in this. And I'm
thank
so
you. Thank you. I'm happier. I'm more honored to be
excited.
hosted by you.
So iron sharpens iron. Two great
Yes,
women
yes,
just doing what they love to
exactly.
do. That's
Exactly.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, dear. Thank you so much. Have
All
a
right.
wonderful
Thank
night.
you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mama. Thank
I'll
you.
return you on the other
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Right.
Discover shared stories. Unlearn to thrive. Watch part 1 now.